Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be doing some pork chops, but not any old regular pork chops. We're going to add a twist to it by doing a coffee glazed pork chops, you know, keeping it exotica. So I already did a lot of preparation and this video won't be long. Just stick around and see what I do so you can do it too. So your life is not plain, but you know, from a different dimension, exotica. Let's go. So now I'm just grounding up some allspice, or what you call pimento, so that it can add that extra flavor to the pork chops, because you know, this is where the secret lies, in some nice pimento. Not too much, not overbearing, but just enough. Alright guys, so this meat is already tenderized. I don't know if you know what a meat tenderizer looks like, but let me get it. So it's this. I just beat the meat. It's just hitting the beef or the chicken or whatever with this, so that it becomes very soft, right? And it can absorb the spices even more. So right now I already tenderized it. I have my ginger. You can't do pork without ginger. So I have ginger, garlic, thyme, pimento. Oh no, I don't have pimento yet. Pepper, onion, scallion, and I left it for 1 hour. So now it is marinated and it's ready to be popped into the saucepan. Alright guys, so I'm doing it on the stove top because the last time I did pork chops in the oven, it got a little too dry. So I'm going to try it on the stove top, and I have my thermometer so we won't pass 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So I have some gluten-free flour here. What I'm going to be doing is putting a little bit, lightly sprinkling it onto the pork chops so that we can have a nice crisp outside. So I'm just sieving it with a strainer so it comes out nice, and you can just rub it all over the meat. So it has a nice little thing going on, you know. So right now I'm just frying each side. I'll give each side 20 minutes. Well, I'll give this side 20 minutes, and then whenever I flip it, I'll use the thermometer and check if it's 145, and then we'll put it there. And I'll show you how to make the coffee glaze. The coffee glaze. I was about to say coffee glaze sauce, but then glaze is a sauce, right? So yeah, the coffee glaze. So even though I say it's 15 minutes per side, or 20 minutes per side rather, you can't really take it as it's solid in the books, because it depends on how thick the chop is. So if it's too thick, then it will take the 20 minutes. This one is a little thin, so this took like 15 minutes. So you have to pay attention to how brown it's getting and the thickness of it, so you know exactly when to turn it. So you have to watch it. Got it? Tell me you got it. So it's done on that side. I'll be flipping it now and covering it with this big old cover. I'll also be adding a little sauce to it so you can keep the flavor. So just adding a little of the sauce so it can still remain juicy. And I'm going to swirl it around a little so that everything can. Alright. Put this on it. And say 30 minutes, but we're going to be testing it each time, maybe each 10 minutes with this. So you will, whenever it hits the 45 degrees Fahrenheit, then we know that it is medium rare, closer to well done, right? That's how I like it. So let's go. I'll set it to 20 minutes. All right, let the clocks begin. This is what we're going to be doing for the coffee glaze, which is my favorite part. So I usually like the Kerrygold butter, but I couldn't find any in the supermarket, so I got the Ellie and Veer, if that's it, or Vine. It looks like an N. I think it's Ellie and Vine. So I'll be using this. I also have my tomato sauce, which is a ketchup. Why did I say tomato sauce? The ketchup. The barbecue sauce. So I love 2 different barbecue sauces. I like the sweet honey, and I love the smoked kind of taste. I also have some garlic, pepper, and ginger here, but what I'm going to be doing to make the whole consistency equal, I'm going to be blending these and pour it into the glaze that I'm making. So just watch closely, and I'll talk throughout the whole process so that you can understand it. So the first thing I'll be doing is just pouring out the ginger, garlic, and pepper into the mini blender and blending it up with a little bit of water because you don't want it to be too watery. Alright, I probably should have put it in my food processor, but it's a little bit, it's kind of different. And making that, where's my wooden spoon? Making that, I don't know, I think you'd love to see the butter melt, would you? Good. The butter is melted. So, what we're going to do next is drop what we just blended. Put it on medium. Woo! Smelling so good. Alright, it's going to burn quickly, so you need to drop this in as quick as possible, not too much. When you rinse out this, a little of that. Okay. So this is the base so far, right? It is just ketchup, butter, and the little stuff that we cut up. Next thing we need to add, oh I forgot. We're going to be putting a little bit of honey in it. So guys, you have to be paying attention to the it's not healthy, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little treat. But yeah, guys, what you need to do is pay attention to how thick the glaze is. You don't want it crystallizing in your pot. That's what happened to me the first time I did it, and you don't want that to happen. So just pay attention to not getting it too hot where it crystallizes. The honey tends to do that. The honey tends to crystallize underneath high temperature, in high temperatures. So I just mixed both barbecue sauces to get it a little thick. What I do is I'm going to turn up the temperature a little bit more so that it can take out the water, more of the water content out of it. And I'll be adding my ground pimento. So it should add it to the flavor. You don't need to add any kind of salt to this because all of these ingredients already have their own sodium in it. Okay. This smells like it wants a little bit more sweet honey. And stir it around. You see, we don't put in the coffee yet, you know. Waiting for the coffee. So the last time I did 1 tablespoon, that was a little too much for me. But if you're a coffee lover, well, go right ahead. But I think 1 tablespoon is a little too much, even if you're a coffee lover. So this time, I'll be cutting that into half, and I'll be using half a tablespoon and drop it right in. This is tasting so good already. Alright, so half tablespoon. Is that what that? Right. Let me taste it to see. You know what? I won't use all of this. Let me taste it again. Because it actually has a really nice taste. So this is the coffee I'm using. This is the Nescafe Classic 3-in-1. So half tablespoon sugar. Let me stir it around. So guys, I'm going to be putting 2 of these spices in it. Some crushed red pepper, which are the red pepper flakes. Just a little, just to add a little spice. And the Southwest Chipotle, but I prefer to call it Chipotle. So I'll be sprinkling some Chipotle into the, it's a little hardened, you know. I'm trying my best to shake it out. Probably should use the bigger side. Alright. And that is that. Almost done, guys, almost done. I realized that the first time I had a much stronger coffee, the Blue Mountain Peak, but this is a little weaker. So I think if you're using the Nescafe Classic, you can definitely use a tablespoonful. So I'll just put half more tablespoon into the mix because we still need to taste that coffee taste, you get me? Because after all, it's coffee glazed. Dropping the chops into the whole mix so that it can sit in it maybe 2 minutes because they're already cooked. So I want them to just sit in it and turn the pot off, cover it, push it to the side. They look so juicy. And let me plate this for you so you can have a final look on this masterpiece. And there you have it. Your nice coffee glazed pork chops. So this is my pork chops, my coffee glazed pork chops. You can come on in and take a nice close up. So I have some of that, some corn, mashed potatoes, homemade, and some nice roasted asparagus. And this is dinner. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button. If you do, hit the subscribe button to see more contents like this, and hit the bell to be notified as soon as I post another video. Honestly, I can't wait to taste this because already I've tasted the sauce and it's still lingering in my mouth. Like, the taste is just amazing. But yeah, tell me if you try it, tell me how it turned out for you. Yeah, thank you. Bye.